Hi there, this is for the Skyhawks tennis players, but anyone really for that matter. But what I'm going to do is just a really quick 10-minute yoga session to help create more flexibility in your hips and the thoracic area, so like your thorax, your torso, to generate more power when you're hitting forehands, backhands, and serves. You're also going to do a little focus on your feet, having your feet be strong and balanced, your ankle, and all the little tiny muscles that are in your feet. And I'll mention a little bit about breathing. But this is something that you can bang out every day because it's just 10 minutes. So we're going to start on the mat and we're going to just start in a standing position. So get yourself ready. As long as you've got a mat area, you don't even need a mat. Like I do this on the tennis court with my shoes on all the time. If one of you guys are late for a lesson, which happens, I'll use that 10 minutes just to go through this routine. Okay, so you start here, take a deep breath in, and then exhale out, bring yourself all the way down. We're just starting here to try to tell our body to just loosen up, to let go. Our body usually is working really hard to keep ourselves together, stable. And we need to remind it, like on a mental level, to just like, you can relax, I got this. I need these parts of the body, the lower back and hips and the glutes, to just relax for a bit and to just kind of dangle to loosen up that part of your body. Then you're going to bring yourself up really slow. Hands above the head. Bring your hands into what they call like the heart center, right by your chest here. Another deep breath. And I'm going to turn because my mat is faced this way. And you bring yourself down again. And then you take a step back. And this is called plank position. Then from here, you're going to do 10 push-ups just to get your heart rate, because I like to combine a little bit of strength training in this as well. So I'm just going to do 10, but you can do as many as you want. When I'm doing this, I'll sometimes do as many as 40, but you don't have to do that many. 10, and then into this position where you're going to stretch that lower back again, looking up, and turn to your right, and then turn to your left, and tuck your toes into the mat, and you're going to go into what's called downward dog. So you're here like this, and you can pedal out your feet just a little bit, loosening them up. And then from here, you put your left foot down, and you push the right foot up into the sky, and then the left heel will come up a bit. So you're going to push that heel down, or just let gravity do its thing, so you'll get more of a stretch in the left Achilles calf area. And then from there, you're going to swing this leg in between your hands. So now I'm going to push through the heel, so I can even lift my toes here to bring myself up into like a lunge. So I'm not turning this foot, I'm keeping this foot like that, so I'm on the balls and toes of the left foot. I'm going to bring my hands to heart center again. And now here's the first twist. So take my left elbow, I put it to the outside of my right knee, and I put my hands back together, like in this prayer position. And then from here, I'm going to use this left elbow, the strength that I have in my torso, to create more of a twist. So now when I do this, I can feel my left hip flexor stretch, and I can feel my thorax releasing. So this upper body. I can then point up to the sky for the advanced stretch, or I can even put this down to the inside of that foot, and it gives me bigger range. Just hold this for a minute, not a minute, a couple seconds, and then bring your hands back down, and we do another 10 push-ups. So you go into that plank position and do 10. Really only doing 10 because I don't want to be so out of breath that I can't talk. And then stretch here. Do both sides again. Tuck the toes in, back into downward dog. Now your right foot goes down, left foot goes up, and then you can let that heel drop. Good stretch in the back of the right Achilles. Then swing that left foot through. We do the same thing on this side. So I stay into the lunge position. Hands at the heart. Take the right elbow to the left knee. Use that elbow to create a twist. Pointing up, looking up if you can. Take the right hand to the inside of the left foot. Nice good stretch there. And hands back down. Step back out, another 10. Now the breathing. There's this guy called Windhoff that I've told a lot of you guys about. Check him out, Winhoff. The Windhoff breathing method is this. You just recruit lots of oxygen through this specific type of breathing. And then one of the ones you can do is you can actually do push-ups while you're holding your breath. It increases that lung capacity. Follow it, like use the app or the online stuff. Don't listen to me, he's the expert. But it really helps to create like a balance, so you're not overly anxious. You just puts you in a position where you just feel more relaxed. You're like, you got this, things are good. I'm gonna bring the left foot down, right foot up, and here's where we're gonna start with the feet. So I'm gonna do a set of 3, like a calf raise, strengthening the left foot 3 times, and I swing that right foot in the middle again, and now I do let the foot turn, and I go into like a warrior position. From here I tuck this hand behind and I lay back, so I create a stretch in the right side, and I stretch those 2 legs apart, so the hips are working here. And then I go this way, I bring my elbow onto the knee, and I create a long stretch in the left side. And I can let this arm go down and now stretch between the left fingers and the right fingers. Then I'm going to come back down again, do another 10 push-ups. So when I do this, I'll actually hold my breath for this part, and then exhale. Tuck the toes in, another downward dog. This time it's the right foot that stays down. And we do 3 or more. If you want to do 4 or 5, whatever. Bring the foot in the middle. Now we go into the warrior position. So leaning back, bringing this arm in behind, stretching the left side of my body. The hips are working hard. I'm pushing out this way at the same time I'm pushing this way. This right foot, I'm going to push the outside of my foot down to create more of a stretch inside my hips, believe it or not. And I'm not letting my toes do the work here. I'm more of a heel push. Then I come down into this position, create a stretch from the right fingers to the right toes, and then all the way from the top here to the bottom I get a big stretch. And I can use the elbow again to kind of against the left knee as leverage to open the chest. I'm going to go down and do another 10 push-ups. And up. And then we can go into what's called what is this one called? I can't remember. Doesn't matter. Then you're going to come back up, dangling your shoulders. Come up nice and slow. Bring your hands to the center. And here's where we're going to do a little bit of balancing. Okay, so I'm going to take the right ankle over top of the left knee, hands at my chest, and I'm going to bend. So I'm going down here. I'm going to put my elbows out in front, my palms facing forward, and if I can come down and touch the mat, that's great. And from here I can go even further, like I'm sitting down. You should feel this in your right glute. And come back up. This is a good balancing one. So all those little muscles in your left foot holding you in place. Do the other side. Child's pose. That's what it was. When your knees are down, so down in the easier version of downward dog. It's child's pose. Then come back up. And that's it. You know, like, you can bang that out anywhere. On the court, at home, in your room. You can do that every day. Like, it's under 10 minutes. I'm looking at the time right now. It's 9.5 minutes. And don't just do it once or twice. Do it for a while, and then you'll notice the difference. You're like, yeah, there's greater vitality. I have bigger range of motion. I'm hitting the ball harder with less effort, and that is the key. Technique just allows us to hit the ball harder with less effort, and the physical component is super important for our confidence, because the fitter you are, the stronger you feel mentally. Thanks, guys. Share this, enjoy it. See ya.